What's up, YouTubers? This is J3. I'm going to show you guys how to how to use Twixtor in Adobe After Effects. I have CS6. You may have CC, CS5, CS4. I don't fucking know. Whichever one you have, Twixtor works the same on all of them. I promise. Just go ahead and go to After Effects. Pick out your clip. Try to make sure your clip is at least 59 frames or 60 frames per second. If it's below that, make sure all your clips are the same. If you have like one clip that's 30 frames per second, that one clip is going to look absolutely terrible in a montage. Like if you have 60 frames per second on all your clips, and then you have it 130 frames per second, it's going to look awful. The last team taj I did, we had a few 30 frames per second, and I got a few comments on it saying the Twixtor was choppy, warpy, or terrible, it's not smooth enough. Well, that's why. That's the reason why those clips were just terrible. Anyways, I already got my clip picked out. Excuse me. I already chopped it up, and I lined it up with each beat that I wanted the shots to show up. This is a 5-man. On Screen Modern Warfare 3 by Mercy Kaz, or Kaz MS, whatever you want to call him. Shout out to him. What you're going to want to do, if you don't know how to do the markers, I'll do another tutorial on that later on. If you want to know, comment down below. If you want to know how to split up your clips perfectly and match it up and everything, well, it's a process, guys. You gotta work hard at it, you gotta look up stuff, you gotta learn it on your own, really. I mean, I did all this shit on my own. But anyways, I'm actually gonna bring these things forward a little bit. There we go. Oh shit. There it goes. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I like to do Twixtor right when it's unscoping. I would slow it down whenever it's scoping in, but that's kind of getting old. That's what people used to do. Now we're doing unscoping. I don't know why times changed like that, but that's just how it is now. Shit, my bad. Damn. Let's go ahead and get started though. You go ahead and go to your second clip. The first clip is them zooming in, but whenever it zooms out, whenever the numbers are at large, that's what she said. Go ahead and bring your Twixtor in. Make sure to see how it's all warpy and everything. That's because the Twixtor frame rate is not matched up with the video frame rate, which is 59.812. Change that. Boom. Now I go down here and I go to image prep and I change it to contrast edge enhance, and I go to warping and change it to inverse with smart blend. But to me, that's just personal preference, but I mean, I think it looks better that way. I've seen it help me out numerous times and it helped out. This one right here though, this is completely up to you. I mean, you can I used to do it at 100, now I do it at 50. It's changed a little bit. It just changed a little bit around the warping, and that's it really. I've noticed that if I go down to 50, it'll go, like, the warping tends to go away more. I don't know really, but it's just time changes, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna start about right here. Go ahead and keyframe. Make sure it's at 100. Go over about 3 frames. Excuse me. Go to your clip, push U to bring up all your keyframes. Go ahead and change it to, I'd say 5. Let's see what 5 looks like. Let's do page up, page down here. And you can see there's a little bit of warping. I don't like that. I try to get rid of warping as much as possible. It doesn't matter what clip you have. If it's not like 600 frames per second, then it's still going to have warping, even at 60 frames. 600 frames is computer-wise. Obviously, we're not playing computers here if you're watching this video. I mean, you might be, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to change it down to 1. That's what I did in my last episode I edited, which is Kaz. Actually, this is his clip. And it got rid of some of the warping, but it still has a little bit. There's no way to get rid of the rest of it. I mean, that's just it. I mean, it's there. You can put in real smart motion blur, or just call it motion blur, whatever you call it, and that will hide a bunch of the warping, which is what I do. It helps a hell of a lot in making your clips look pretty great. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to stick with Twixtor. That's a different tutorial. Go ahead and keyframe here. And since he's still unscoping at the time whenever he kills the second guy, or the third guy in this case, because he got collat, I'm going to go to a keyframe before he gets that kill. And I'm just going to, guess what? I'm going to speed it up to a point where he's scoping in, not completely, but whenever he's at the black scope, right about there. It'll look weird for a second, I know, but trust me, once this is all rendered out, it looks pretty damn great. Then he kills him, right when those numbers come up. You want to go ahead and copy these, Control C, go to this, bring down, Control V, paste it, my bad guys. Make sure your frame rate's changed to 59.812. Close. Let me check. Yep, that's it. Change all these settings. I would not go in here and get into your effects and just take that and copy it. Because if you copy Twixtor Pro and then you go to the next clip and copy it and paste it, for some reason After Effects will crash. I've actually done this tutorial numerous times trying to get it right, and it's crashed every time I tried it, so I would not try it. Just a heads up, guys. Go down here, forgot about this. And as you can see, right when he kills him, it's just already in slow motion because I pasted it. So we're going to go over here. Bring up view, bring up all your keyframes. Go frame before he gets the 4th kill. Speed it up to the point to where he's black scope. This one's going to be weird because the grenade's going off, but it's still going to be black scope. Oh shit. Perfect. Alright. That's about right. Then play that. Boom. Shot him right in the dick. And it's the 4 on. Go ahead and go to your next clip. Paste. Make sure your frame rate is changed. 59.812 is mine. Come down here, change all this shit. Boom. Slow motion again. Oh, my bad, guys. Push U. Make sure you're not on that keyframe. Go over here. Go to the frame before that kill. Go forward, forward, forward. Black scope. And boom. 5 on. Pretty damn sexy, though. Gotta be right there. Go to this one, Control V to paste it. 9.812. Contrast edge enhance. Universal smart blend. 50. Now if you look at this, I even slowed it down to the point where you can see a 5 on screen. That looks pretty damn sexy if you ask me. That's just Twixtor. I'll go ahead and render this out for you. I'll let you guys see it at the end of the video. I'm going to actually bring the render down a little bit, that way it's not that long. It's only about 4 seconds, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, about 4 seconds. That'll work. But I'm going to render this out. I'll put it at the end of the video, that way you guys can see it. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get rid of some of that warping that comes with it. I mean, I know I can see a little bit of warping around the scope. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my eyes have adjusted to the point where I can see even the slightest bit. And apparently everyone else has too, because my last team Taj got a few complaints, but that can't be helped because people give me clips that are 30 frames per second in a 60 frame per second montage or team Taj. So that's really a non-fixed area. You can't really fix that. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna come down here. What I normally do in order to fix the warping, I'll go ahead and click the bottom one, which is your song. Shift, hold down Shift, click the top one, it'll select all of them. Right click, pre-compose. Make sure that's whatever, check, whatever. Push OK. You can rename it if you want. I don't really give a shit right now, so I'm not going to. Bring this down a little bit so you guys see it. The effect. I was going to do this in a different tutorial, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I try my best to make it look as good as possible. I promise. Oh, shit. See right whenever you get the 5-man on screen. There it is. That's pretty great. I'm gonna take this down to about say 50. Bring this down to about 0.4. You don't want too much of it because I mean then it'll look weird. See, it's already blurred in the kill feed. You don't want that. That's too much. So I put it down about 0.38, which I think that's what it was. No, not 0.38. 38. See, that's blurred a little bit, but that'll work. We can make do with that. See how it's blurred a little bit? Take it down to 35. 30? 25. It's a little better. That'll work. You can still tell. Damn. As long as that 5 on screen shows up, that's all I worry about. But that's one way to get rid of warping. So let's see here, what else I want to do to it. I'm just trying to show you guys some of the tips I can give you for editing. Not really much I can do on one clip, but that's Twixtor, that's motion blur. If you guys want to know how to do color correction, that's definitely going to be a different tutorial. That's up to you guys on that one. Just comment below if you want to know how to do that. If you want to know how to do the whole marking on your song, or you want to split your clips, whatever you guys want to know, just comment down below. I'll even show you guys Cinema 4D tutorials if you want. Completely up to you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and end this tutorial. I'm going to render this out, put it at the end of the clip or the video, and you guys can just comment down below, tell me if you liked it or not. Peace.